Hey, first grade. I was hoping that you could help me out. As you can see, I have lots of, it looks kind of like our school materials just all over my desk, and I have just had it. Every day when I'm trying to do a lesson, whether it's reading or writing or phonics, I feel like I'm just not organized. And so I was thinking that today you could help me get really organized. So today we're going to be organizing all of our writing materials. So these are all of my writing materials, but as you can see, they are just strewn about. There's no organization to them. So then when it comes time to do writing, I'm not prepared. And one of our first grade responsibilities is to be prepared, right? So can you help me get prepared? Awesome. So I've got my yellow writing folder here. I'm going to put it to the side just because I need to take care of all of this first. So I'm thinking, what we can do is we can probably organize this into two categories. I think my first category might need to be papers, the papers that we use to write our stories. Like, here's my story from last week. Remember, I wrote my story about when my pens fell all over my desk when we were in the middle of our writing lesson. Good. I wonder if I can make a category for writing for my stories, right? So I know that in my writing packet or in the iInnovation box that you might have got, there are a few packets that have paper in them that looks like this, right? And it should be familiar from kindergarten. You have a box on the top with some lines, and I have 4 other packets right here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put the blank pieces of paper on the bottom and put the story that I worked on last week on top, because I'm still not finished with this story. And you're not finished with your story yet either. We're going to be going back this week to make some changes and to add more to our stories. So I'm going to make a pile for all of my stories. So that includes the story that I started last week and all of my new booklet pages. Okay, so I'm going to put that over here. Oh man. Oops. I still have all of this stuff. Do you think I could make another category? Let's try it out. Well, it looks like this is a journal. Look at this, kind of looks like the papers that we used over here, right? Why don't we put this with our papers? I'm going to put it on the very bottom because we might not need it for a little bit. So I'm going to add that to my group of papers. So right now I have my story that I started yesterday, my blank papers, and my first grade journal. Okay, I'm going to put those to the side. And then I have all this stuff left. I've got it. All of these are tools to help us become better writers, like this one. This is a letter formation tool. This helps us draw letters. Remember, we did a couple exercises like this where it has the numbers and it tells you how to do it. This is going to be a tool for our writing. So let's keep this in the tool pile, okay? All right, now what about this? The same thing, just in case. And let's see, are there more tools in here? There are. Look at uppercase and lowercase letters, the vowel chart that we've used, and even our blends and digraphs chart. This is a tool, right? So let's put this with our other tool. Okay, now what about these two? This is my word finder. Now we have gone through and put some new words in here. Remember, we put Gossy on the G page, and I think we also put Max on the M page. This is a book that we're going to be adding new words to that we learn how to spell, right? And that seems like it'd be a tool for writing. So I'm going to put this with my writing tools. And last but certainly not least, I have another packet, and this tells us all about how to write stories. Look it, we learned this already. Think of an idea, plan, and write. It looks like there's going to be some more writing tools that we learn this year. We haven't even gotten to these yet. So let's put this with our tools. Okay, so I've got my writing tools here, and I've got my papers right here. Doesn't that look so much more organized? Now, how are we going to keep this in our folder? Check it out. My folder has 2 pockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take all of my stories and I'm going to put them on one side. Do you see how I put my papers in? They didn't cross this line, did they? Because look at, if I cross that line and I try to fold this, let's just move one over. If I go accidentally have one that crosses the line and I fold this over, guess what's going to happen to my paper? Oh no, it folded. So next time I better make sure that my papers are all nice and straight and to the side, okay? All right, and then the other side can be all of the tools that we need for writing. Right, let's put those in there. And my book can go right in front, my word finder. And now my writing folder is nice and organized. I have all of my papers and my stories on one side and all of my writing tools on the other. The last thing that you need to do is you need to decorate your writing folder. Here's my writing folder, right? I wrote my name at the top, and then I wrote my writing folder on the front of it. You can decorate the front, and you can even decorate the back if you'd like. All right. So once you've finished organizing the inside of your folder, I want you to decorate the outside and take a picture of your folder. I can't wait to see.